Hi guys, hope you're well. Sunday blessings. Hope you're all coping okay in the second lockdown. Oh, it's a nightmare, isn't it? But together we're going to get through this. So just coming on to do a Sunday and Oracle review. So the deck that I'm going to be showcasing to you guys today is one for all you sort of magical herbalists or kitchen witches out there. And the deck that I'm going to be sort of showcasing is the Magickal Herb Oracle. And this is a deck that has been produced by Cheryln, Darcey, and is illustrated by Dear Dandy. This is a really cool, funky little deck. I love this deck. It's produced by Rockpool Publishings. So we've seen a couple of those decks in the past. Really good quality box. Nice and hard, lovely, beautiful matte finish. And it just literally says here on the back, the Magickal Herb Oracle brings the precious secrets and ancient wisdoms of herbs for you to explore while immersing your soul, body and spirit in real natural magic. You will learn how to create powerful magic and rituals for everyday purposes, or you can consult the herbs within this deck to construct traditional oracle readings that will help you find divine answers, support and guidance. And then it just says here, Cheryln Darcey is a botanical author, environmental artist and flower reader. Includes 36 cards with the guidebook. So it's not a huge deck, but it is a really cool little deck. So let's open this bad boy up and see what we got inside. So you've got on the back, it's a lovely in the box there, one of the plants, the herbs. So you get a nice, beautiful little book with this. Ooh, coloured pictures inside here as well. I don't know if you can really see those. That's really nice though. And there looks to be quite a lot of information in there. So that's packed with stuff. So we'll look at that shortly. And then the cards themselves. So they're not gilded or anything, but they're a nice size. They're not too big, they're not too small. So this is the back of the cards. Beautiful detail there, if you can see. And then in terms of their stock quality, they're actually quite thick. They're a reasonable thickness, quite rigid, so quite liking those. And then the front of the cards, what you get is you get kind of a number, you get what you sort of get an inspirational word, then you get what the actual plant or herb is, and they're numbered, so I like that. So you know, they're not necessarily the most visually amazing to look at because obviously there's only so much you can do with the theme of herbs. But having said that, given that there is limitation there, I think how they have used them and what they have done, they're quite cool. I quite like these, you know, they're practical cards. So they're a great one to use within magic. You can use these within spell work. You can also use these, like I said earlier, within the readings. You could also use these for healing as well, you know, not just physical healing but emotional healing. So they have many uses and variations, and I quite actually like these cards. I've got a few different herb decks, and these are, I would say these are no better or no worse than any of my others, but these are a nice deck to work with. So yeah, so if you're into herbalism, then this is a must for your collection. If you are a kitchen witch and you haven't currently come across or got these, then you're missing out, guys, because these are really useful to have. You know, this is a sort of deck that I don't use all the time. It's one that I dip in and out of. But when I'm doing magic, when I'm doing herbalism or any sort of work like that, I do call upon these just to sort of see what inspiration I can kind of get from them, really. So I'm not going to show you too many, but I want to show you enough so you get the idea of these. So like I say, you know, you are limited with what they can sort of do, but I think that they've sort of used them as best as they kind of can, really. So I'm going to show you like maybe one or two more, just so you've got enough and you can get an idea and see the sort of theme of these. Right, literally, okay, there's this one and then one other, and then that's going to be a lot, because that's quite a nice place to then stop, because I want to keep a couple back at least, in case you want to purchase these for yourself. So as ever, I'm going to pick a card, see what we... Sorry, my t-shirt keeps riding up. It's because I'm getting fat. Going to sort of see what's coming up for us for this Sunday. Things we need to know about, guidance to be given. I will say that they glide really nicely in the hand because they're not super big, but they're not super small. They're a medium size. They work really well. So I'm asking us, what do we need to know for this Sunday and, of course, the following week ahead. So, let's see what it wants to give us. Ooh, okay. So we've got slippery elm is the actual plant itself, or herb itself, and then it just says soothe. Now, I've used slippery elm powder before in magic and spell work, and I know it's really good for stopping gossip, for stopping slander, those kind of things. So I have used it in spell work as a powder form. So it'd be really interesting to see what the book says here. So that's number 35. What I do also like with this book, I'll quickly show you. So you get like the introduction, how the cards came about, the normal sort of standard stuff, how to use the cards. But then you've also got some great spreads that you can sort of try here, which that's really lovely to have. And then it's pretty much like straight into the cards themselves. So, and then at the back there is information about the, I like the fact there's a lovely big colour picture about the illustrator. And also there's a beautiful picture of the author, so Cheryln herself there. I like the fact that there's those two pictures. I think that's really cool. It makes it extra special, because sometimes what you see is like a really small little picture. You don't always get much to work with. So that's really nice. So let's just find this in the book. Bear with me, guys. So you get, I will say, a lot of information here. So there's 2 big old pages full of stuff. So let's break this down and see what we've got here. So it's slippery elm, also known as Ulmus rubra. And then we've got here oracle meanings. A change of fortune and situation looks set to occur, and they could be major. Although it may appear challenging, it will all be very positive in the end. That could be lockdown, that could be COVID stuff. A definite turning point is indicated, and you are being prompted to take a more active hand and not just let things evolve around you. Don't get discouraged by any setbacks, as they are going to be a natural part of the ebb and flow. Keep yourself positive, as there is much to be optimistic about. Good fortune, positive growth, and steady upward development are shown. So that's really nice. So that's the message side of things. And then it's got, this is really cool actually, so it's got botanical description. A tree that is native to North America, slippery elm can grow up to 19 m 62 feet in height, but has been known to obtain 30 m 98 feet. The leaves are broad, obovate in shape, and are rough on their top side but velvet soft underneath. They are slight red at first, then green throughout summer, turning a dull yellow by autumn. The flowers are apetolucous and are reddish brown. I don't know if I've said that word right, so I apologise if that's wrong. Challenging my dyslexia a bit there. And then we've got magical correspondences. So this is if you were to use it in spell casting. Well, it says here uses, gossip, so that's what I talked about earlier when I used it. Gossip, speech, protection, spell breaking, so it's good for all of those sorts of things. If you were to sort of call upon any particular deities, you've got Cronus, Saturn, Fortuna, Lakshmi, or Oya. I know I've pronounced those wrong, I'm so sorry. In terms of planets, this herb or plant is very good for Uranus, Virgo, or Saturn. And in terms of sort of zodiac signs, it would work well for Capricorns, which I am, Aquarius, or Virgos. And the element for this is air. So there's quite a lot of information there with that. And then it's got here a slippery elm soothe spell. So tie yellow thread around a piece of slippery elm bark and toss it into a fire to stop gossip about you spreading or even beginning. To assist a child to become a good speaker, create something, a locket perhaps, in which they can wear a piece around their neck. Carried on your person, it can create immunity from negativity and health problems. And then it goes on to say, this smoothie will not only help soothe your problems, it will soothe your physical system as well. Drink it when you are experiencing turbulent emotions you do not wish to have anymore. So it just says here, gather together 1½ teaspoon slippery elm bark powder, 1½ teaspoon dried peppermint, 1 cup of coconut water. Mix together the ingredients in a lovely glass and say, here's to you, problems I face, thanks for the lessons, now away and with haste. Drink the mixture slowly. So that's really, really cool. So there's quite a few little mini spells you can do there actually. So I like the fact that you get practical advice from the meaning, bit of history and background information, sort of key point uses, and then a couple of spells that you can try. And that's the thing, they're not complicated. You don't need loads and loads of ingredients. You know, that would be easy stuff to acquire. Any good witchcraft shop would sort of stock this. You know, there's various ones you could go to. Obviously, for those people that might want recommendations or suggestions, the people that come to mind straight away for me would be the Energy Witch. Check out her page, The Lovely Dawn. Wonky Broomstick in Glastonbury, Kate, check out her page. There's various places you could go to, but those are just a couple that have straight away sort of sprung into my head that I know are likely to sort of stock this if that's something you would be wanting to get yourself, you know. So all in all, a great deck. Like I say, it's not the most prettiest, it's a practical deck, this one. But having said that, it does look quite nice. You know, they've made them look as sort of beautiful as they kind of can. So I would say the artwork is probably like a 7, 8 or 9. It's sort of that, you know. I love the back of this card. That's where they have really gone to town on the artwork, which is nice because some sort of decks get quite sloppy. They almost forget about the back. So I like the fact that they've encompassed the energy of that on the back. But all in all, if you sort of are interested in it for sort of magic or, like I say, for general guidance, I think as a sort of collective, the deck is really good. It works really well. So it is one of my 10s. So definitely, if you're interested, if you want to check it out, it's the Magical Herb Oracle by Cheryln Darcey, illustrated by Dear Dandy. Check it out, see what you think. It is a must in the collection for any kitchen witches or herbalists amongst you, or those that have an interest in magic and are wanting to explore in sort of a gentle, easy way. It's a very nice, gentle deck to sort of, you know, bring you into all the energy of that. So I'm going to leave this video with you. Hope it resonates, hope it helps. Stay safe and well. Much love and blessings. Catch you all soon. Bye.